What just happened? You're Ibrahim Traoré, the revolutionary leader of Burkina Faso, and your world has just tilted on its axis. Moments ago, you stood face to face with football legend Didier Drogba, and he said something that struck you like a lightning bolt splitting the sky. Something so powerful, so utterly unexpected, it left you speechless, your breath caught in your throat. Was it a compliment that redefined everything you fought for? A challenge that demands you rise even higher? Or a revelation that cracks open the very meaning of leadership in Africa? Whatever it was, it's burning in your chest now. A fire you can't ignore. The streets of Abidjan hum around you, but all you can hear is the echo of his voice. You take a shaky step forward, and the story begins. If you believe in the future of Africa, if you believe that change can come from within, share this story. Let the world hear the truth they're not showing on the news. And please, take a sec to subscribe and turn on notifications. It's a warm, golden afternoon in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. The kind of day where the sun seems to linger just for the joy of it. The air carries the scent of grilled plantains and diesel fumes, mingling with the distant crash of waves against the coast. You've just stepped out of a conference hall, your voice still ringing in your ears from the speech you delivered. Words about unity, resilience, the future of Africa. The crowd clapped, some stood, but you didn't stay to bask in it. That's not who you are. You adjust the strap of your worn leather satchel, your notebook tucked inside, and decide to walk, alone. You nod once, hesitant, and before you can process it, he's crossing the distance between you. The crowd parts like water, and he's there, right in front of you, extending a hand. You shake it, firm and quick, but he pulls you into a brotherly embrace instead, his grip strong, grounding. One a football legend, the other a revolutionary leader. Two sons of Africa, standing toe-to-toe under the weight of a moment neither of you planned. I've been following your work, he says, pulling back to look at you, his eyes sharp with something you can't place. Respect? Curiosity? Burkina Faso's warrior. You're not just fixing problems, Ibrahim. You manage a small smile, deflecting. And you're Côte d'Ivoire's king. He laughs, but it's what he says next that stops you cold. You inspire people in ways I never could, Drogba says, his voice dropping low, deliberate, like he's handing you a truth he's carried for miles. The words hit you hard, a punch you didn't see coming. You blink, your mind scrambling to catch up. Inspire? You? More than him? You open your mouth to argue, but he presses on, his tone steady, unwavering. I had stadiums, Ibrahim. I had crowds chanting my name, sponsors throwing money at me, a global stage to stand on. But you, he pauses, jabbing a finger toward your chest. You're building something from within, from the dirt, the sweat, the heart of your people. That's a kind of power I can only admire. The street noise fades to a distant hum. The crowd is still there, watching, but it's just you and him now. You shake your head, the weight of his praise too vast, too unwieldy. That can't be true, you whisper, almost to yourself. You're a global icon, Didier. You've touched millions. Your goals, your foundation, your voice. I'm just trying to keep my country from falling apart. He smiles, a quiet, knowing curve of his lips that makes you feel seen in a way you were not used to. He leans in closer, his voice dropping to a near whisper. Reach isn't everything, Ibrahim. Legacy is. I scored goals, sure. I built hospitals. But you're planting seeds that'll outlast us both. You're showing Africa what it means to rise on its own terms. The words sink into you, sharp and alive, like a blade cutting through doubt you didn't know you carried. No security detail trailing you, no entourage chattering in your ear. Just you, your thoughts, and the pulse of the city. You pull your cap low, blending into the rhythm of Abidjan. Motorbikes weaving through traffic, children kicking a ragged football in an alley, women balancing baskets of bright oranges on their heads. You're not Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the revolutionary, right now. You're just a man with 1,000 questions and a heart heavy with purpose. The conference left you restless. Talk of leadership is one thing, but living it, that's another beast entirely. You turn down a quieter street, the noise fading to a hum, and let your mind wander. You have no idea that destiny is about to step into your path. The street ahead stirs with sudden energy. You slow your pace, peering through the haze of dust kicked up by passing scooters. A small crowd has gathered outside a modest restaurant, its faded sign swinging lazily in the breeze. Laughter and shouts ripple through the air, and at the heart of it all stands a figure you'd recognize anywhere: Didier Drogba. He's taller than you imagined, his frame still powerful even years after his last match. He's signing a kid's tattered jersey, grinning that wide, infectious smile that's graced billboards and stadium screens worldwide. Fans press in, snapping photos, their voices a chorus of awe. You linger at the edge of the scene, hands in your pockets, unsure whether to approach. You're not one for hero worship. Your heroes are the farmers who feed nations, the teachers who shape minds, not men who kick balls for glory. But then it happens. Drogba glances up mid-laugh and his gaze snags on you. His brow furrows like he's sifting through a memory. The crowd seems to fade, the world narrowing to the space between you. He straightens, handing the jersey back to the kid without looking away. Ibrahim Traoré, his voice cuts through the noise, deep and resonant, tinged with disbelief. Your stomach drops. You weren't prepared for this. People turn, craning their necks to see who he's calling out to. Legacy. Not headlines, not applause. Legacy. You look at him, this man who's lived a life most can only dream of, and see something in his eyes. Admiration, yes, but also a challenge. He's daring you to believe it. You're rebuilding hope. You're showing people they can build their own future, not wait for someone else to do it for them. That's what he meant. That's what sets you apart. You lean back, the phone pressed tight to your ear. Rebuilding hope. The phrase lodges in your chest, raw and real, like a heartbeat you've ignored too long. You've been so focused on the next battle, the next crisis, that you haven't stopped to see the fire you've already sparked. You think I can do this? You ask, quieter now. Musa chuckles softly. You already are. You hang up, but the restlessness doesn't fade. You grab your notebook, the one that's been your companion through every sleepless night, and flip it open. The pen feels heavy in your hand, but you start writing anyway, the words flowing like a river breaking free. Maybe leadership isn't just about solving problems. Maybe it's about awakening potential. You pause, staring at the sentence. It's simple, but it hums with truth. You keep going, the thoughts spilling onto the page. Africa doesn't need saviors from across oceans. It needs belief. Belief in our minds, our hands, our hearts. We've been waiting too long for someone else to write our story. It's time we take the pen. The sky outside lightens, streaks of pink and gold bleeding into the horizon. You don't stop. Page after page fills with ideas, dreams, a vision you've carried but never named. By the time the sun rises fully, you've written something new into existence. African minds, African future. It's not just a program, it's a movement. A mission to do more than provide, to inspire, more than construct, to ignite. You see it clearly now. Schools where kids dream beyond survival. Markets where ingenuity thrives. Communities where unity is strength. This is the legacy Drogba saw in you. This is the power he admired. You set the pen down, your chest tight with a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. You're not just a revolutionary anymore, you're a visionary, and the work is only beginning. Weeks later, you're in a small studio, a microphone clipped to your shirt, a journalist across from you with a notepad full of questions. Word of your encounter with Drogba has spread, rumors swirling online, people hungry to know what he said, what it sparked. The room is quiet, the air thick with anticipation. The journalist leans forward. Captain Traoré, what did Didier Drogba tell you that day in Abidjan? You take a breath, steadying yourself, then you let it out. The truth, unfiltered. He told me I'm building something bigger than I realize, you say, your voice low but firm. And he's right. For too long, Africa has waited for others to save us. Foreign aid, foreign plans, foreign heroes, but our strength isn't out there. It's in here. You tap your temple, then your chest. Our minds, our creativity, our unity. We're not just building buildings or roads or schools, we're building belief. Belief that we can shape our own future. The journalist's pen freezes mid-scratch. The producer in the corner lowers his headset, eyes wide. You keep going. The words pouring out like they've been waiting years to be free. I'm not here to beg for help, you say. I'm here to wake us up. We've got everything we need, right here, in our people, and it's time we start acting like it. The room is still for a beat. Then the journalist grins. That's going viral, he says, almost to himself. He's right. Hours later, clips of the interview flood the internet. X posts with fire emojis, YouTube uploads with titles like Traoré drops truth bombs, TikToks layering your voice over swelling music. We're building belief. It's a mic drop moment, a call to arms that echoes across borders, shaking the continent awake. Days pass and you're back in Ouagadougou, the dust of Burkina Faso clinging to your boots. Your phone buzzes on the table, pulling you from a stack of reports. You glance at the screen and freeze. A text from Drogba. Keep doing what you're doing, Ibrahim. The world needs leaders like you. Africa needs you. You read it twice, a slow smile tugging at your lips. You think back to that quiet afternoon in Abidjan, how you walked alone, cap pulled low, notebook in hand. Just another face in the crowd. How you had no idea that a chance encounter would light a fuse inside you. What started as a moment has become a movement. African minds, African future is growing. Meetings with local leaders, plans for community hubs, whispers of something bigger spreading through villages and cities alike. You set the phone down and pick up your notebook, flipping to a fresh page. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of fire. You write one line: belief is our beginning. And with that, you step into the next chapter. Not just for you, but for a continent ready to rise.